I'm Arthur Pinnock, ex-Royal Engineer. I served just over 10 years in the forces. I served in Cyprus, Libya, Gibraltar, Kenya. Had a short trip to Seychelles and Malta. During that time I was on construction and what they call strategic reserve then. 6 months abroad, 6 months back in England on courses and bricklayer. I started off as concrete construction, all the testing and things like that. I ended up City and Guilds concrete construction, advanced City and Guilds in brickwork and plastering and roofing, and went a completely different time. So I was lucky enough to have my wife with me for 3 years over there. After 6 years in Maidstone, came out. I was going to go small business accounts, but go to the bricklayer. But unfortunately, there was a slump, so I took HGV driving. I ended up as HGV driver for 47 years, and then retired and left it at that. Right.
I'm Glenys Pinnock, the wife of Arthur Pinnock. I went to join Arthur in Maidstone when our Mark was 18 months old. Mark was at that time, which never lived in an environment like that before, so it was very, very strange to me. But made friends, because everybody was in the same boat, miles away from home. I made a lot of friends, but unfortunately Arthur was away 6 months of the year. So you'd got to make friends because you was lonely. You would have been lonely if you didn't, but I didn't make friends. Then, after we'd been in Maidstone a while, got posted to Cyprus with him, not on his own this time. When we got there, they put us in a private hiring that I thought, my God, I want to go home. It was absolutely awful. But you make the best of it. My mum always said, you make your bed, you lie in it. So I cleaned it up, got on with it, made friends again. We stayed in that hiring for 6 months, and then they moved it into an army hiring, which had got all the facilities and everything that we needed. Then we got a married quarter in Richmond Village in Cyprus, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. I joined the wives' clubs, I did all them type of things, and then Arthur was sent back home, going to be sent back home for 6 months on a course, and I didn't feel that I could stay in a foreign country on my own for 6 months, so we decided that I'd come back with him. And I lived at my mum's with Mark, went to school here in Bilsthorpe, and then when it was time to go back, we paid for the flight and everything, not realising how everything works. We paid for the flight. Arthur had found us somewhere to live, and within a week we was in a married quarter, and then we got a lovely married quarter at Belmont Village this time, overlooking all the bay, and you didn't realise what a lovely place you was in until you came home. When we came home, Arthur was being posted to Germany, and they told us that Mark was coming up 7, that where he was going to, there weren't facilities for Mark to go to school, and he'd have to be sent home to boarding school. Well, there was no way I was having that. So we had a talk, and we decided that we'd put him for a council house, and we'd put him for a married quarter, and whichever came first would seal his fate. Unfortunately for Arthur, the council house came first, and he came home on leave, decorated it all the way through, and me and Mark settled down until Arthur eventually, because then he got sent to Ireland, unfortunately, when the troubles was really bad, and our Mark ended up in hospital through worry about his dad. He ended up with severe migraines because he was worrying about his dad all the time, and then Arthur went back to Germany. Then he eventually came out, and that ends his military career. unfortunately for Arthur.
Yeah, it was because you were trained to be independent. And one thing being a lorry driver, you've got to be independent because you're living out of a suitcase, just the same as it was in the army and things like that. And it did, yeah. I ended up as, down the village here, I'd spent 4 years down there, ended up as transport manager. Did the course through there. Then they went bust, and I ended up back on the road again. And I've toured the country, went to Ireland, Scotland, start on the Saturday morning from here, come back the following week, and things like that. It was tedious at times because you're treated like a second-class citizen, and we managed, and we had a decent time, didn't we? Yes, I don't think I'll be able to do it, but just left school and gone to an ordinary job, and with no experience of being able to look after myself and things like that. I mean, even now, kids can't even iron a pair of socks as well. Not my socks, I had to do all that ourselves and everything. And I had a kettle and a frying pan in the cab, and that's how we used to cook us meals, and that was it. Yeah, I want to be able to do it. I have experience from the army, but being able to look after yourself and rough it.
Mark, of course, was with us in his military career. He was quite used to it, quite used to his dad being away and everything. Richard, of course, we didn't have Richard until Arthur had come out of the army. We always said we wouldn't have another child because of living out a suitcase and everything. They both made good. They both, was quite clever. Mark went to set up his own business, didn't he?
Yeah.
Doing
hiring tools or selling tools and things like
that. And Richard, unfortunately, at 14, 15, him and his girlfriend got pregnant, which we were devastated at the time, but by God.
We wanted to be able to manage without her. She's with our life and soul. Even now, 30 years later, with Richard, she was just, when we, say example, we take Richard, he used to have the latest trainers. He used to take him downtown, or his grandma used to take him downtown, buy him a pen. He always used to say, see how fast I can run, and run down. First time we took his daughter, she never knew anything about this, and the first thing she said after she put him on, I see how fast I can run. And that started to talk.
Yeah.
And since then she does everything we don't put on her, but we know, I've only got to pick the phone up, she's there.
Yeah.
She went to Hollerton School, and she did acting, she played the guitar, things like that, and we really got her involved in stuff, and that's given her, I think we're giving her the confidence now. She's been headhunted by 2 different companies. She would start off at Boots, went to headed by Specsavers, then hunted back by Boots. She rose up there through their ranks. Then she went to Beaver Foods because Boots were whispering about redundancies, and she says, I'm going to jump before I get pushed. So she went to there. She practically run that place, and when she left, they had a disagreement with the head bloke, and the bloke who owns the farm, he turned around to Clifton, don't go, I'll give you his job and £15,000 pay rise if you'll stop. And she says, no, because I've always given my word. She went to Carlsberg. You see where she is now, she's senior brand
manager
there now, and she seems to love it. She's turned into a really lovely lass. Now, I'm not just saying that because she's my granddaughter, but everybody says it, don't they? Yeah, she's beautiful as well. But
we'd learned to live without my car.
So then with Mark, he was the same. He was full of he was going to go in the engineers, same as me. When he left school, he was the only lad in his class that got a job. Then he got a temporary job while he was waiting for it to get posted at Rufford Country Park. I bought him a little moped, so he could get to work and back. And this guy knocked him off his motorbike, and he lost 25% muscle in his leg. So that was just when the follicles were starting. I had to take him to Woolwich for examination. The guy there said, 6 months ago, you'd have been all right, you could have stopped him, but now, because it's going to be more fitness and everything, we can't let in. And he was discharged from that. When he started doing his own business, doing little bits and things, he set himself up in business, him and a friend, selling hand tools, did tools out, things like that. Then unfortunately he slipped downstairs, broke his back. He did all sorts of
then he got leukemia. Then he got throat cancer. And then he died.
But he was a good lad. He'd do anything for anybody.
He'd help anybody.
He'd help anybody. I'll tell you something about Richard. When I used to have the road, he delivered fresh food to, cakes and things like that to Asda. Or if you was 10 minutes late, or you was 1 degree above, you was rejected. We used to bring them back down here, put them in the cold store, phone the company up, get rid of them. Because it was more expensive for them to take them back than it was. And I used to bring some home. We supplied off straight up the road where he used to live with cakes and things. He used to take them to school and sell them. He was selling them to the teachers. Then he got banned from taking them because the tuck shop was doing the tuck shop out of work, and that's how it was. It was like that everybody wanted. Even now, after all this time, we get his friends. Oh, I remember Richard doing this. I remember Richard doing that. This is a really good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. They all remember him fondly, and of the things that he did. Mark's really good friends. There was 3 of them, and they still keep in touch. I mean, Paul, who was Mark's better friend than all the 3. Richard's girlfriend Jamie, who was the mother of Jessica. I mean, we thought that when Richard died,
that'd be it.
She'd go away from us, and that she never has. If she introduces us with father-in-law, mother-in-law, we never was. But and she's married now, got a really good marriage, and she's got another son.
The son calls her granddad.
Yeah, grandma and granddad. But no, she's kept
another one
close to us.
Pick the phone up, say, "We've got this problem."
Yeah.
And when she's got chance, she'll be up here straight away.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. They're good. They really are good. They supported us over the Breakfast Club. If we want anything, and our Wendy's give us £25 here, £25 there for things, if we couldn't afford things. And Jill's husband, John, he comes and does the tea and coffee.
And washing up.
And washing up, bless him, he does all washing up. And he don't let anybody interfere because he's got his routine. And Jennifer, one of my younger sisters, she does the money side of it. She takes all the orders and all that and everything, and takes the food out and everything, and she's also the treasurer, which we couldn't be without.
With John, he's never experienced military.
No.
Nothing. He couldn't understand this. When the guys came, sat down, had a cup of coffee, egg sandwich or whatever, they didn't get up and go. They sat there talking and things like that. And it took us months to make him realise.
Make him understand.
You go up and ask him if they want another cup of coffee, fair enough. But you don't just whip the cup away and start washing up, because they can get to the mind, it's time for us to go. But
we've got him, that he understands now. And I've said to him, John, they need to talk. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. People got to talk to each other, sort the problems out. And same with that, Jock's just been. We had a hell of a job. He'd come twice with his wife before she died, and after that he wouldn't come. We had a hell of a job. I said, look, because I used to go up and talk to him. He only lives at the top of the hill. If you don't come, I'm going to come down and drag you up. And he came, and he started coming to Mansfield now. He's married. He's only young, not very old. He's got 2 children that aren't all well. And he used to come. He used to bring them with him. And he phoned up one day. Says, "I can't come." And we said, "Well, why not?" "Yeah, you might as well." He says, "I can't afford it." Someone had got it out a little pub. Somebody ran over it, dragged it down the road, and it cost him £250 to have it put to sleep. So we just said, "If you want to come, you come. There'll be nothing said. Just come, and you order whatever you want as normal, and you'll get it. Nobody be told or anything." And that's how it's been. We did it, didn't we? We've
tried to help each and every one of them in different ways, because I've always worked with people. Arthur, bless him's always been on his own, but I've always worked with people, so I can recognise everybody's little different things, that they need to talk about things. And when we've finished cooking, I go out to them and I can see which one I need to go and talk to just by looking at them, and I go and sit at the side of them and say, "Everything all right? Yeah, it's fine, but so-and-so's happened and all this and everything," which that's what it's about.
There was another one, he's really
for everybody.
Ron.
Oh, Ron, bless him.
What's he got?
Parkinson's.
He got Parkinson's. His brother comes from Carlton and Hendrick. He comes across and he says, "I want to get him up." I said, "Well, get him, come up." And we got him to go. I said, "I'll come and fetch you," because he's on an electric scooter. "I'll come and fetch you, no problem." But then his brother started coming, taking him, fetching him. And now, I think it's the best since sliced bread.
He does, he loves it. Absolutely
loves it. He put a
loves
note on Facebook, didn't he?
Yeah, he put a lovely note on Facebook to say, "Oh, I love that breakfast club." He said, "It's the best thing that I've ever been to," and all that. I said, "You can have scrambled egg next time, Ron," because I told him he couldn't have it.
That's what we did. We didn't start off, we didn't have toast. We did bread rolls. Then he wanted asked for beans on toast.
So I did it for him because of his illness.
But what's the name? Not many people are having breakfast, so it worked out expensive buying a loaf for one person. So we said, we'll start doing it. So he started doing it, didn't we?
So we put toast with it now, because they get...
Gradually people have got more ones.
Yeah.
We don't use so many bread rolls, because we were buying bread rolls.
And we were wasting them.
A lot.
So we do a full breakfast is 2 sausages, 3 slices of bacon, a fried egg, half a tin of beans, and a slice of toast for £3. But we do sausage cobs, they're £1.50, bacon cobs £1.50. If you need an egg on top, unfortunately it's another 50p because eggs are very expensive.
On your breakfast, on your bacon and cob, you get 3 slices of bacon, not just 1 or 2 like they do in some.
You get 2 sausages on a cob.
And Jennifer, her sister, used to work at school in Edmonstown. Well, she used to buy all little things for kids for raffles, and she had a hell of a lot of stuff left over when she was retired. She started bringing it in. We do a free raffle and putting things like that in it.
And they love it. Because it's free, isn't it? Now we're having to buy little bits. But I just, "No, I'll do it. I started it, I'll do it."
And like we told you, those football cards.
Yeah.
Ron, the guy that's ill, he's won it every time.
He has, bless him. It's no wonder he loves coming. Look, I'm pleased that he enjoys it so much, because he weren't getting out. And we're only round the corner from where he lives, really.
Yeah, there's 2 streets of.
Yeah, and
we've known him since
I've known him a long time, yeah. But I'm pleased he's coming, and he says I thoroughly enjoy it, and that makes you feel good.
Well,
and then we've got a friend from Dinnington, but he's been our friend for a long time.
We met him in Gibraltar. We have a reunion in Gibraltar. We met him there.
And he says, "Can I come?" "Yeah, you can come," because unfortunately Ron lost his wife as well, because his name's Ron as well. And he said, "I love coming." He says it's the best breakfast club, and he really loves coming, don't you, Arthur?
Yeah, well, the breakfast club at Dinnington, I go to that, and it's the guy that runs it. I shouldn't say this, but his army bomb is brainwashed. And he'll only have it for engineers. It's an engineers breakfast club, that's it. And we're talking about this one, and we're telling him, how many engineers we have? I said, 6. Oh, I'm not bothered, because it wasn't all engineers. Well, this Ron's brother, he comes to that, so where we met him, he comes.
Yeah.
So I said, we'll take him across, but he always makes an excuse.
Yeah, I think it's too far for him to go on.
It is, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where going to have 2, that's where I learnt it. How much help it gets. That's why we started the breakfast club initially, and now it's took over, isn't it?
Yeah. And I do love it. It's hard work, and I come home and sleep. I really do, don't I, Arthur? Because
we've got another RAF lad up there. He was a chef.
Yeah.
He runs 1 or 2 restaurants or whatever, on and off. And he comes and steps in if you're too ill. He's always there. Can I help you? Can I help you?
Yeah.
There's other one coming. Now, let me help you with this. And
I was ill one
it's like a
Wednesday.
big family.
One Wednesday morning I was ill and I said, I can't do it. And I phoned Greg and I said, Greg, I'm sorry. He said, no, it's fine, I'll do it. Stepped in just like that. Bless. That's how good it all is. Everybody helps. And that's what we wanted. And that's what it's all about.
We don't want something that's clicky. You know, you get 6 or 7 people sat together there, and that's it.
We don't do small tables.
No.
We put the whole table,
like a boardroom meeting.
You know, and everybody's round the table, and everybody interacts with everybody else. And if what you're talking about down there, you know, earn a little bit so that they don't miss out on something. Yeah.
I mean, we've got a little room we have to share with Bingo. The trouble we've had with that, it's unbelievable. But we have to together as a wardrobe, locker. So you got this one, it's a little cupboard like this. And
she paid £173 for it.
Oh yeah, and it's felt so IKEA's better. And I've glued it together about 5 times. Because every time you open it, you can't open the door wide. So it comes up level with the side. Or someone going and grab it and chuck it away. The drawers are fell to pieces and all sorts.
Oh well.
But
now we've got a
Alice
big
has
one.
We've got Alice, and she got us a big locker and everything.
And everything just fit, and it's all neat and tidy.
And at one time we used to have to pile everything in the car, bring it back, unload it all, put it in there. Then we went to pile everything back in.
It was a murder.
It was.
When we first started, and we was like that for months and months and months.
But now we just walk across that wall behind you and get stuff out locked up.
You know, it's lovely. It really is. Because as I said before, all the stuff, I don't use anything belonging in the centre. It's all our stuff. If it ain't clean, then it's my fault.
Because we didn't,
you know.
When we first went, we didn't feel welcome.
No.
Because they've got cupboards with cups and sauce and plates and that, but it's all locked. And except for one. And that's just got little cups and sauce. And you know yourself, ex-squatters don't want cups, they want bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked out.
But we've done it. We've done it. And we're up and running and we love it.
And a lot of times it's not, it's what. Not what you mean, it's who. She got a friend works at Mansfield Council. And Donna was saying, it used to be home help, things like that. Well, we asked her.
Home help.
Well,
Wardens.
Well, we asked her if she got any cups and plates and that. And she says, well, there's just one closing down. So we'll get
go and sort it out.
Sort out. We've got to grab a big pile of plates like this. That's the sort of thing we've been, luckily.
We've had to beg, steal and borrow, haven't we?
Yeah.
To get it going, but it's all been worth it. It has, because you'll have to come.
I will.
You'll have to come because it's brilliant. It really is brilliant.
Well, that force broke from that. When we were on about this, about a fortnight before we had to go to the award ceremony, he come.
I says, oh my God, Keith Girling's coming. What's he come for?
So I'm walking up to him, and he sat there talking. He said, this is lovely, this is. And we were talking about, I didn't tell him, what we're doing, what we want. He says, yeah, it's really good. He says, and this is the best breakfast I've had for it. Also, the leader of the council, she came last time, didn't she? She said exactly the same thing. And then when she found out we took this baby under her arms, and she got a thing with badge on and everything, she couldn't get over it, could she?
No.